Okay, guys, welcome to the Vote TV Prime Time Show. Karibuni. And just give me some time as you guys get in. Kwa sababu, this is crazy. I've been first of all, I've had a very busy morning, number one. And then number two, as I was preparing to my content to come and present to you today, what I had prepared, I'm getting messages the 11th hour, just 2 seconds, just 2 minutes before I went live. I received something. Let me actually welcome my other guest. Let me see, who do we have today? As we continue. Welcome. Yes. Okay, sikuone vizuri. Ebu tafadhali jintroduce tafadhali. Huyu ni nani ameingia?
Au Geoffrey.
Joyfree.
Kuna
endelea Joyfree, tafadhali.
Naitwa Geoffrey.
Yes.
Kuna msichana anaitwa Luvuno. Nasikia. So mahali alipo anapata
na kwa upande upande gani?
Yeye yuko Saudia.
Yuko Saudia.
Sasa hiyo link yeye hajui kuitumia kwa sababu si msomi vile. Sijui utamsaidiaje.
Oh, nilikuwa nimemtumia link, lakini hiyo link ameshindwa kuitumia.
Hawezi kuitumia hiyo linki. Sasa ndo akanitumia, akaniambia sijui sasa naifanyeje, ndo kabidi nikaambia hiyo.
Yes.
Elewa kidogo. Ndo ajue kuitumia. Sasa haitumia, sijui utamsaidiaje.
Hata in fact ndio naangalia messages. Wacha tufanye hivi, nipe tu dakika moja tafadhali kwa wale ambao wanaingia. Thank you very much. Welcome to Vote TV Prime Time Show again. Wacha nikwambie, kuna zile topics ambazo nilikuwa nimeprepare kuja kuongea, lakini 2 minutes before hii show ianze nikaanza kupokea messages zingine. Number one, let me start with some breaking news. Kuna msichana ambao anaambiwa ameuliwa Saudia, anaitwa Grace. I'm going to show you the information as my laptop is loading up. Kuna msichana ambao nimepata ujumbe ya kwamba ameuliwa Saudia. Ilikuwa 2 minutes before nianze broadcast ya leo. Paka na audio, paka na all the information of what happened. Nasikia kwamba alibishana na sikubishana, lakini na kulikuwa na ugomvi kati yake na employer ambaye amekuwa akimthreaten kwa muda, lakini mwishowe huyo employer wake amemgonga. Sijui kulikuwa usiku wa manane, amemgonga na amemuua tu hivyo. So that's breaking news right here on Vote TV Primetime Show. Now nataka tuangalie hii story ya your friend anaitwa, is that Miriam? Ni Mariam?
Mariam, yeah, Mariam.
Exactly. Sasa wacha tuingie hapa ngoja kidogo, kwa sababu laptop yangu bado inaendelea load up. Perfect. Hata in fact yuko live, kwa hivyo wacha nifungue, ukae tu hapa my brother, wacha nifungue my other slide as we proceed. Na pia let me welcome my sister Njeri. Welcome to tonight's Vote TV Primetime Show. I'm your host Nice Mike Muriuki. Niko na hapa my brother ambaye pia yuko Kenya. Njeri, introduce as I set up the slide for today's show.
Hello. Naitwa Njeri. I'm an entrepreneur from Nakuru. And I'm glad to be here back again. ready to share my sentiments, my views, and above all tushikiliane pamoja in this journey. Yeah, na Mungu atatuongoza.
Okay, again, it's too much going on. Kuna topics ambazo nilikuwa nimepanga kuongea, lakini 2 minutes before niingie live stream, so much was happening. So wacha to go. My brother, umesema baadaye unaitwa nani? Hebu just sema jina yako tena. My brother, kwani amehang?
Yes.
Okay. Again, remember, Joyfrey. So hapo ukiangalia huyu ni Mariam. Wacha by the way kwanza tucheze let me just introduce, wacha tucheze audio moja at least watu wakuwe na idea what we are talking about.
Sawa.
Nilikuwa nakwambia mimi siwezi kuandika message. Kwa hiyo utumie tu uongee tu kwa voice. Lakini mambo ya message mimi si msomi. Haya. Mimi shida zangu nilimwelezea Madina. Madina akasema acha nikutafutie utafiti. Ndio akanieleza jana akaniambia.
Hold up, let me pause that audio. Joyfrey, I think Mariam yuko online, so acha nimwambie tuko live.
Sawa, mwambie.
Ni yapi Mariam amekuwa akikwambia kuhusu zile changamoto ambazo anapitia?
Changamoto ambazo anapitia ni kwamba bosi wake ile first alikuwa anasema anampatia kazi nyingi sana, alafu pia kwamba bosi wake anamhitaji kimapenzi. Sasa juzi kushinda jana, yeye alimfuata na akakataa na akampiga sana, mpaka sasa hivi kuna siku 2 yeye yuko ndani afanye kazi. Yuko ndani tu ametulia kwa sababu ajisikie vizuri. Na mwezi wa 3 pia kulikuwa na kesi kama hiyo, akaenda polisi akaripoti, lakini haikufuatiliwa vile, akarudi kazi na sasa imerudi tena hiyo.
Na mmeweza kushirikiana na agent wa Mariam na ofisi yake?
Agent wa Mariam nimejaribu kuongea naye na akanambia hiyo kitu niliambiwa jana na tunamshughulikia. Sasa kitu ni kwamba bado hajashughulika kwa sababu yule mtu tokea jana mpaka sasa yuko pale ndani ya nyumba na aliumia.
Okay, again kuna comment ambayo imeandikwa hapo, wacha tusomee comment ya Shiks, my sister, karibu. Anauliza Mariam yuko Saudia upande gani? One thing I'm going to do kufanya hivi,
sijajua yuko upande gani.
Yeah.
Cause haja niambie ile town yenye yeye yuko.
Okay, wacha tufanye hivi kwa wale Shiks umeuliza ako upande gani. Let me change the slide and let's look at the contract. Luckily Madam alikuwa amenitumia contract yake, wacha tuiangalie. Unaona hapo kwa screen Jerry, can you see it? Okay, so let's zoom it. Inasema majina Mazera. Okay, ndio hiyo. Tunaona hapa employer anaitwa Abdul Rahman Sulaiman. Tuko na ID namba ya yule ambaye amemwajiri kazi sasa. tukiangalia the street na kila kitu imeandikwa na Kiarabu. Nani hapa anajua kusoma Kiarabu? Atuambie hii ni street gani? Let me zoom this document. That's the only contract yake unaiona hapo Kina Joyce, Valeria, those are Sheikh, nyinyi ambao mko Saudia, can you read the Indios, the address ya pale anafanyia kazi? The employer ni Abdul Rahman Sulaiman. Phone number ndio hiyo, tuko na phone number hapo. Lakini imeandikwa ako Riyadh. Ndio hiyo, kwa hivyo imetranslatiwa hapa chini. Unaona?
Imetranslatiwa. Naona.
Okay. Kwa hivyo ako upande wa Riyadh. Again, kuna kitu madam alikuwa ameniambia kwamba hajui kuandika ama kusoma. Kwa hivyo kila kitu amekuwa tukifanya amekuwa akitumia na audios
audio.
Okay. So let's go back here. Maybe tunaweza tukapata kwa sababu nilikuwa nimeona online. Again, to those who are watching, welcome to VOTV Primetime Show. Ningetaka we are going to address one subject ambao nimeambiwa tu sai ya kwamba kuna msichana anaitwa Grace ambaye ameuliwa pale Saudia. So Jerry, these cases are you've been coming here every time na unasikia ile ambayo inaendelea. Let's go back on the discussion. How does this make you feel? Ukiona vitu kama hizi?
It saddens my heart, it breaks my heart, like it's very heartbreaking. Inaumiza roho. Because it's so unfortunate. These people wanachukulia lives za watu ni kama it's nothing. It's like slaughtering chicken. Our baby, maisha ya mtu na uzito. Today I was having a discussion after I posted a screenshot of telling people to watch VOTV. So apparently I had a discussion. I have so many clients. My clients wengi through referrals wako Saudi and I've been able to deliver cakes. Wananituma ninapeleka, wananiambia siko nje ya nchi. I've done that. So the discussion today was, akaniuliza bado ulikuwa live leo? Nikamwambia yes I was. Akaniambia if Kenya inaweza jitolea tu nisikie kuna ndege tu inarudisha watu Kenya, I'll be on that flight, the next flight. Na ati kama ningeambiwa nisiende Saudi that time, ningeona mtu ananisikilia wivu. But anasema the moment she landed there, that's when reality will check in. You see? So, as in,
yes,
the people who are already there, they are feeling the pain. Because they are saying these people ni wabaya. They are animals. That's the best term I can use. They are animals. So, come to think of it, those people who are there, wanna feel how bad it is. And then kuna mtu ana make decision sahi, she wants to leave. Anasema that money is not worth. Anaitwa Margaret from Nakuru. I know she's watching. Jerry. I hope she's still watching.
She can come here. Yes.
It's sad. Na inaumiza roho. Discussing bodies, discussing people like you are working in chicken industry. It's not worth. It's not worth. And it's so painful.
This is let my brother Joyfrey, let's angalia kuna comment hapo imeandikwa hapo na Sheiks J ambaye anasema if she's in a very bad state, I'm in Riyadh, Nelson, we can save her after you know every detail. So Joyfrey, tutafanya hivi, niko na namba yake ya Miriam. So Sheiks tafadhali, let me come here. Sheiks, you have my WhatsApp number. It's right there on the screen. Vote TV WhatsApp number is right there on the screen. And by the way, guys, I apologize. This usually is a very quiet area where I usually come to do my broadcast. Kuna watu wamekuja hapa, wasichana wawili, sijui wanaongea story gani, sauti ndio wameweka volume juu, but I hope you guys can hear me. So tutafanya hivi again. We have my sister, I know Shix J ako Riyadh. Joy, unasikiza? Niko na namba yake Mariam, kwa hivyo nitapatia Shix namba ya Mariam to connect kwa group ya WhatsApp, tuone vile tunaweza tukamsaidia. Does it make sense? So meanwhile, Njeri, as we continue, thank you very much. Leo Njeri utakuwa my co-host. You're going to be my co-host today. I want to bring attention to this breaking story, breaking news. Na hii imefanyika, it was only 2 minutes before nikuja live stream, and I received this message. Let me play this for you guys again right here on Vote TV Primetime Show. I'm your host, Nelson Mike Madam Murioki. My co-host today is my sister Njeri, an entrepreneur in Kenya who has been here telling us how she's making ends meet in Kenya and also educating people on entrepreneurship. I'm going to open the next slide. Just give me 1 second. And tell me if you can see my screen. It's going to show anytime. There you go. This is Grace. Let me zoom it. Huyu ndio nimeambiwa. And this was just 2 minutes before nianze primetime show ya leo. I received this inbox saying, Nelson tafadhali, msichana ameuliwa. What I'm going to do is, I just, Njeri, like you said, it's like a chicken factory. This country has become a chicken factory.
So much.
Okay, give me 1 second. There's something I want to do here. Let me play. Usually, I will refresh my other page, but let's listen to the audio. I'm going to play this audio from my other phone as my laptop is refreshing. I'm going to play this audio, and I want you guys to listen right here what is being taught, what is being said about Grace.
Good evening, ladies. Good afternoon. I know everyone is wondering if they've heard about Grace's story. I'm going to tell you the story that I know. I received that job. The job was to take care of an old man. He's healthy. Nothing's wrong with the old man. And to cook for him. And I received it from someone who's a friend of someone I know. I posted the job and Grace came and she was interested in the job and she was perfect for the work.
Can you hear?
I sent Grace to the job and things were okay. She went to that job on the 14th of September, like 10 days ago. Grace complained once to me that there is a son of that old man who's staying in that house too, and that he's bothering her with his talks. He talks a lot, he's complaining a lot, things like that kind. And I can even send you the voice. It's like, who may put insecticides in the bathroom, or you didn't, you did, it wasn't you who did, things like that. She didn't complain about anything bigger than that. And that was on Sunday, last Sunday. 1 week ago.
Keep on listening.
That day, I sent the family of that old man a message about that guy. And who's that guy? You told me there is one old man in that house, and suddenly there is a son, and he's bothering Grace, and Grace is very good. Can you explain to me what's going on and why there is another guy in that house? The family replied that that guy is his son. He's living in Canada. He's leaving within 1 week. And there's nothing to be done except that for Grace to be patient 2 days again, and the sun is gonna leave, or 3 days and the sun is gonna leave. And we're gonna, hopefully he's gonna take it easy on Grace and things are gonna be okay. But Grace did not complain again. I didn't hear from Grace at all during that week, nothing, until Thursday evening. Thursday evening, I slept at 11.
Thursday evening. Okay,
I
guys,
woke
take
up in
notes.
the morning to see that Grace have sent me several voice messages and she tried to call me at midnight. I was asleep. I didn't hear those messages until the morning, to be honest, ladies. Yes, I didn't hear them. And afterwards, when I woke up, I saw those messages. And 1 or 2 hours later, even before I even could call Grace, because I received also a message from her husband asking about that Grace's phone is not going through, what's going on. My driver called me and he told me that there is a guy from that family calling him and telling him to send Grace's passport to them. And I was like, Grace's passport, why? And he told me, well, they are saying that the girl might have died. And I was like, died what? If those messages I received were true, then the girl have been killed, because there's no way she had all those messages telling me about weird stuff going on that night, and suddenly she died and she was okay until like 1 in the morning. She was okay, and even Grace was telling me they are asking me to leave, and she was supposed to leave that house even at night, but she was gonna leave. I didn't know she stayed. I didn't know anything. And then I don't know. I was contacted later a little bit by the police. The police were saying that that night that guy hit. I don't know what was the problem between him and Grace. How did that problem escalate at midnight to that? I don't know. All I know that that night Grace was killed. The guy hit Grace with something on the head and he threw himself from the 13th floor. So both are dead. This is all I know. Yes, I couldn't have helped because I didn't know anything was wrong before that. Many ladies who have been at work with me know that if there is something wrong and you inform me, I'll take you out from the house. But if you didn't inform me, I would never know what's going on with you. And if you inform me in the same minute the crime is gonna happen, even if I ran that night to Grace in midnight, I wouldn't have reached her. She would have died. I'm sorry to tell you that, ladies. Yes, it's very ugly. The truth that happened to Grace is very ugly. I don't know what could have been done. I'm so sorry for her death. I'm feeling very bad that I sent her to work, even though I meant to help her, not to hurt her. I don't know what could have been done. I feel so bad. I don't know how can I do anything anymore. I cannot even explain to you how hard those 2 days have been for me. If any of you ladies know me well, if any of you know anything about me, or if anyone got to know me, they met me even, they stayed in my house under any circumstance, they would know what kind of person I am. For me, I cannot even kill an animal. I cannot kill a cat. I cannot even be involved in a cat dying. Even if I can't find food for myself, I'll feed the cats even around my house. So I would definitely have nothing to do with killing a human being. I feel for her family. I'm willing to help her family. It means a lot to me that we help each other. I'm on your side, ladies. Yes, what happened to Grace is very sad. I hope you understand that I had nothing to do with it. If I had even one doubt that a lady would be harmed in a house, I will never leave her there. Never. I've picked ladies even in midnight from areas because they were at risk. I've paid transportations for ladies, God knows how many of them. I've made operations for ladies on my account. I'd never harm a soul. I'd never want any soul to be harmed. God knows. God forgive me if even if I had anything to do with it, but I had nothing to do with it. God knows my heart, God knows my soul, and anything God wants to do to me, if I had anything to do with it, I'm willing. I'm open to judgment, that judgment day. And I'm so sad about Grace. The lady was amazing. The lady was nice. I'm so sorry for her family. It's very sad news. And if anyone has any question related to that, please ask me directly. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go back here, because all of you've listened. I received that audio 2 minutes before going live. Let me come back here. Jerry, welcome back.
Thank you.
As we try to digest what has been said, let me just go through these comments. Susan, thank you very much, those who are watching. Who is there? Jenwanjiro saying God, Jenwan Boinjoki, Fatma Nasmiu, my sister in Saudi Arabia, welcome. Let's just look at all those comments. Dorothy is saying this story is more complicated than what you think. Let's keep on listening. Let me just keep on putting those comments on the screen. The problem with Warabus is that they are difficult to believe. That's my brother Moses Kokach. Eunice Matilani saying that's so we need your contribution. Sasa sio kuongea tu. Jerry, we have, by the way, we have a new Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Alfred Mutua. We will talk about that, because this is just too much. Moses Kokach, something somewhere is not adding up. Something somewhere is not adding up. Let me just keep on. Shix J saying, I'm totally speechless. Let me show your comment. Mary Kenodia. Kwa wale ambao wana watch, muendelee ku keep on dropping these comments. And let me bring my brother Joyfrey. Joyfrey Karibu. That's
Okay.
another thing I have to confirm. Yeah, endelea.
Sasa utafanya vipi msichana asaidike?
Kama nilivyosema, tuta connect na nitapatia my sister Shix J ambayo yuko hapa, yako Riyadh. Nitamtumia contract yake Mariam na details za Mariam, alafu tuangalie what can be done from that end. Na pia ningetaka ututumie information ya ofisi. Ningetaka ututumie information ya ofisi ya Kenya, ndio pia tuweze kushirikiana nao.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah. Then let's go back to history ya Grace. Kuna Jina Njura ameuliza hiyo swali. Nelson mwenye alikuwa anaongea na yeye alikuwa amemwajiri ama ni nani huyo? I think based on, again, nimepata information 2 minutes before ningia live stream. Okay. Jerry, so we as I'm talking to you, I just put this post on my Facebook page. It's only been 20 minutes. It's over 100 comments already. And I'm trying to figure out what exactly is happening. But I had to come here and play the audio. Based on what we are hearing, it sounds like it's the office in that particular country. Because this woman is saying, you know me, if I knew that she would be in harm's way, I would have never sent her to go and work in that house. There's something also that we've heard from that audio. Number one, not only did that guy kill Grace, he also committed suicide. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That's number two. And those who are watching, follow me on this one, which also means that, and also we have to know which country it is. Which country are we talking about? So those, again, this is breaking news right here on VoTV Primetime Show. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're new here, join this movement, join this family, join VoTV family. Jerry, comments about historia Grace.
Wow, unakosa comment. Like, hey, people are taking people's lives with no meaning. Like, hii story na translate, a minute she's okay, another minute she's not okay. Within kufumba kufumbua, she's gone. Like,
Yes.
na feel I'm short of words. As in, I'm trying to transit from that point that ametuma audio, she's alive, ameongea, the next minute she's not. How long does it take for people to respond or to get rescued in that situation? I
It's
feel
crazy.
it could have been as in SAP. Like, my life is in danger, act now, because I don't know what will gonna happen the next minute. As in, nimejieka in that shoe, I felt like niko mahali, like my life is in danger, I'm about to die. I call for help, but no one is responding. I've really felt it.
Again, to those who are tuning in, this is breaking news right here on VoTV Primetime Show. 2 minutes before I started this broadcast, I received the news about our Kenyan sister Grace ambaye ameuliwa. We have to find out which country, and we have to find out, but lakini mumesikia audio nyi wenyewe what's happening. Let's go back to me and my sister as we discuss this. Now, actually, I have to be very honest with you. I'm kind of all over the place. I have to adjust kwa sababu what I had planned for us to come and talk about, that now all that is gone. Now here we are with another story. Our sister Grace. That's crazy. Jerry, as we are running this show today, look at the comment here, Eunice Matilani. Eunice is saying, Nelson, tunaumia sana kwa kumpoteza mwenzetu. But story ya Cairo hata sisi tunaishi hapa wenyewe, tujui, chunguza vizuri please. Quinteva Morgan ndio umeingia. Too much is going on here, and we have to catch up with what's going on. Show ya leo, I've been caught by surprise. Eunice Matilani, looks like you really know what's going on here. So this happened was it in Egypt? Can we confirm that, please? Eunice Matilani. So, Jerry, as we proceed, we're trying to figure out the facts to the case. Only Grace ambaye ameuliwa. Now, we've been told how it happened. Number one. Number two, we have the information of telling us in details exactly what transpired and what happened. Now, the second and the most important question is, where did this happen? Eunice Matilani is talking about Egypt. If this is truly in Cairo, in Egypt, then this would really, really be a surprise to me. Ain't Egypt in Africa?
In fact, for a second, I thought ni Saudi. Even for a second, I thought automatically I knew it's Saudi. So, hapa naona Cairo, I'm still wondering. Cairo.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's keep on any more facts. And by the way, Eunice Matilani, you can come. I can invite you to come you can join in here and talk to us, Eunice. comments ni mingi sana. Let me see. Someone is saying she must have resisted the son's advances so he ended up killing her. And and because that lady knows that family have loyalty will always be with her own. Let's see comment here. Eunice anasema cause hapa tuna groups kukiwa kubaya mtu anatuma audio kwa group na tunamsaidia. For Grace it's hard, only God ndio anajua. Nelson. So that's an update for us, Jerry. This happened in Cairo, in Egypt. Eunice anasema sina wifi, please Nelson, but Eunice, please be my guest. Endelea kutupatia more information kwa comments as we proceed. So this here, our sister, imekuwa ni Cairo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back, and those who are watching, I want us let's walk step by step as I bring back the audio. I hope this time around I can play it directly from my laptop. Just give me 1 second. Yes, Egypt. Let's see. Let me see if I can get those. As you can see, my phone is blowing up, Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry, can you let me put some comments on screen and then you can just read them as I get this audio up and running. Okay, so let's play that audio.
Good evening, ladies. Good afternoon. I know everyone is wondering if they've heard about Grace's story. I'm going to tell you the story that I know. I received that job. The job was to take care of an old man who is healthy. Nothing's wrong with the old man. And to cook for him. And I received it from someone who's a friend of someone I know. I posted the job and Grace came and she was interested in the job and she was perfect for the work. I sent Grace to the job and things were okay. She went to that job on the 14th of September, like 10 days ago. Grace complained once to me that there is a son of that old man who's staying in that house too, and that he's bothering her with his talks. He talks a lot, he's complaining a lot, things like that kind. And I can even send you the voice. It's like, who put insecticides in the bathroom, or you didn't, you did, if it wasn't you, who did, things like that. She didn't complain about anything bigger than that. And that was on Sunday, last Sunday, not today, 1 week ago. On that day, I sent the family of that old man a message about that guy. And who's that guy? You told me there is one old man in that house, and suddenly there is a son, and he's bothering Grace, and Grace is very good. Can you explain to me what's going on and why there is another guy in that house? The family replied that that guy is his son. He's living in Canada. He's leaving within 1 week. And there's nothing to be done except that for Grace to be patient 2 days again, and the son is going to leave, or 3 days, and the son is going to leave. And we're going to, hopefully, he's going to take it easy on Grace, and things are going to be okay. But Grace did not complain again. I didn't hear from Grace at all during that week, nothing, until Thursday evening. Thursday evening, I slept at 11. I woke up in the morning to see that Grace have sent me several voice messages, and she tried to call me at midnight. I was asleep. I didn't hear those messages until the morning, to be honest, ladies. Yes, I didn't hear them. And afterwards, when I woke up, I saw those messages. And 1 or 2 hours later, even before I even could call Grace, because I received also a message from her husband asking about that Grace's phone is not going through, what's going on. My driver called me and he told me that there is a guy from that family calling him and telling him to send Grace's passport to them. And I was like, Grace's passport, why? And he told me, well, they are saying that the girl might have died. And I was like, died what? If those messages I received were true, then the girl have been killed because there's no way she had all those messages telling me about weird stuff going on that night and suddenly she died and she was okay until like 1 in the morning. She was okay. And even Grace was telling me they are asking me to leave and she was supposed to leave that house even at night, but she was gonna leave. I didn't know she stayed. I didn't know anything. And then I don't know. I was contacted later a little bit by the police. The police were saying that that night that guy hit. I don't know what was the problem between him and Grace. How did that problem escalate at midnight to that? I don't know. All I know that that night Grace was killed. The guy hit Grace with something on the head and he threw himself from the 13th floor. So both are
The
dead.
13th floor.
This is all I know. Yes, I couldn't have helped because I didn't know anything was wrong before that. Many ladies who have been at work with me know that if there is something wrong and you inform me, I'll take you out from the house. But if you didn't inform me, I would never know what's going on with you. And if you inform me and the same minute the crime is going to happen, even if I ran that night to Grace in midnight, I wouldn't have reached her. She would have died. I'm sorry to tell you that, ladies. Yes, it's very ugly. The truth that happened to Grace is very ugly. I don't know what could have been done. I'm so sorry for her death. I'm feeling very bad that I sent her to work, even though I meant to help her, not to hurt her. I don't know what could have been done. I feel so bad. I don't know how can I do anything anymore. I cannot even explain to you how hard those 2 days have been for me. If any of you ladies know me well, if any of you know anything about me, or if anyone got to know me, they met me even, they stayed in my house under any circumstance, they would know what kind of person I am. For me, I cannot even kill an animal. I cannot kill a cat. I cannot even be involved in a cat dying. Even if I can't find food for myself, I'll feed the cats even around my house. So I would definitely have nothing to do with killing a human being. I feel for her family. I'm willing to help her family. It means a lot to me that we help each other. I'm on your side, ladies. Yes, what happened to Grace is very sad. I hope you understand that I had nothing to do with it. If I had even one doubt that a lady would be harmed in a house, I will never leave her there. Never. I've picked ladies even in midnight from areas because they were at risk. I've paid transportations for ladies, God knows how many of them. I've made operations for ladies on my account. I'd never harm a soul. I'd never want any soul to be harmed. God knows. God forgive me if even if I had anything to do with it, but I had nothing to do with it. God knows my heart, God knows my soul, and anything God wants to do to me, if I had anything to do with it, I'm willing. I'm open to judgment, that judgment day. And I'm so sad about Grace. The lady was amazing. The lady was nice. I'm so sorry for her family. It's very sad news. And if anyone has any question related to that, please ask me directly. Thank you.
Okay, folks, thank you very much. As we continue with today's broadcast, let me bring my sister Njeri. Those who are tuning in, that's the reality ya kwamba tuna Mkenya mwenzetu ambaye ameuliwa pale Cairo, Egypt. That was the audio from the lady who designated her to go and work in that house. Njeri, let's look at some of these problems. I mean, some of these comments ambazo zimekuwa zikiingia hapa. Kuna comment ya Eunice Matilani is actually in Cairo, and she's saying, hapa Nelson, sisi tuko kwa contract, but Waigoro akileta kujua, huwa tunamwambia hesabu days nitoke. So hii ya Grace hatujui kabisa. Then let's keep on checking the comments again. So the problem is husband alijua agent alishare mpaka voice notes, na sisi wa Kenya hakuna hata message tulipata. Hapa ni Mungu anajua tu. Bobo Milka saying Mungu shuka. Wadho hivi, I see you're late. Karibu goko negodokire. Ann Gige saying Jesus Christ and asking the country. Again, it's been confirmed it's Egypt.
Correct.
And this happened in Cairo. Caroline Moses, that Wamagi. So that actually answers your question. Njeri, huyu jamaa aliua Grace alafu jumped from the 13th floor. So they are both dead.
Yes.
Comments?
On this one, I'm following comments like from Eunice, and I feel the lady who connected her to that work, na feel amemfail, because as far as I've read the comments, naona Cairo, the working condition is a bit favorable, not compared to
Yes.
Saudi. So following the comments and making my judgment, on this one I'll pick side, which is the lady didn't act immediately, because I've seen that if you have an issue while in Cairo, you tend to connect to the agent and you get help. But on this one, on Thursday, the lady could have acted immediately. You
Yes.
see how fast it has taken for Grace to be killed, very short time. You know, na,
That's right.
and she
That's
tried
right.
reaching
That's right.
out. She tried
That's right.
reaching out, but the lady was unreachable. You see?
That's right.
So imagine
That's right.
you are on that, going to die. You are trying to reach to someone and they are not responding. What do? You just accept the fate and things just happen. So I feel the lady failed her. The lady failed her. She had a chance to rescue her soul, but she didn't act that fast enough. That's what I feel. As far as I've analyzed the comments, I feel she was let.
Yes.
The lady did let her down. That's what I feel.
No, and I can tell you this, my sister Jerry, and those who are watching as well. This is something this is the exact analogy that we always witness when it comes to cases like this. Number one, you have the victim complaining, "Hey, I'm going through something in the house that I'm working in." Then the next thing, the office is informed and they don't act quickly. Okay, because especially mambo ikifika, tukianza kuongea mambo za Saudia, which we talk about here every day, unapata kwamba ofisi ya Kenya imeambiwa wameanza kudelay, hii ya Saudia imeambiwa wameanza kudelay, and that way every second counts. So every second counts, ambayo you can either rescue or sometimes it's too late. And this actually has changed the scope of what I wanted to speak about today. Hatuwezi ongea kitu ingine. We are going to first of all stick to his story ya Grace. What we know as for now, again kwa ambao wanaingia, let's show them who Grace is. Ndio Grace, Mkenya mwenzetu ambaye ameuliwa nchini Egypt, pale Cairo. Okay. Our sister Eunice Matilani, thank you very much. Umekuwa ukiandika comments hapo hivyo. Keep on commenting. Eunice Matilani is in Cairo and she seems to be much aware of what's going on the ground. So thank you very much, Eunice. Kama kuna kitu kingine ambacho ungetaka kuongeza, keep on dropping the comments. Let's see our sister Ann Gige saying, let me bring back here, saying, this is so sad. When will these stop? When will these guys stop killing our girls and harassing us? Feli, welcome, saying, Let's unite and fight to stop Kenyans dying. This is just too much. When it's too much, too much. Jerry, when is too much, too much?
This one is beyond. It's beyond comprehension. It's beyond analyzing, because once you start as in kue life ya mtu, that's when you lose all the meaning. Like the moment unaanza, like you are weighing, should I or should I not, when a life is involved, it's so sad. You are inhuman. Because looking at the situation ya Grace, this guy perhaps akona shida zake, he was dealing with his own problems.
That's
So
right.
akakuja, he wanted to use Grace. Because how fast did he act that akajitupa? Meaning he has been having those suicidal thoughts.
Mental
So
issues.
inakaa tough. Yeah, exactly. So the family where Grace was knew the problem. And if they were good people, wange release huyu msichana. If they were human, wangeachana na Grace aende. But covering your own issues when another life is involved, and then here comes that another person is losing their life out of negligence. I'll call it negligence and arrogance. Because a life was involved, someone was killed, someone had a chance to rescue her, but they didn't take their life with so much weight. I feel sad. People are inhuman. And remember, Grace went there, yani just a few days. It's so hard. It's so sad. Ni uchungu.
Mimi more. Nimekuwekea link hapo. Those who want, if you want to join on today's Vote TV Primetime Show, if you want to join this discussion, kuna link ambayo nimeweka hapa kwa comment. Mirimboro. If you want to join the discussion, kuna link ambayo nimeweka hapo. You can join us here. Join this conversation. Kwa sababu nimeona hapo my sister Mimi Mo amesema get me on board. The link is there. Click on that link. If you want to join, I'll bring you in and we can keep on running this conversation. The question is, when is too much too much? My sister Mary Mboro has asked a question. My question is, why did Grace go back to that work? That's a question that none of us can be able to answer right now. The fact is we are having this conversation. We know she was killed, and the person who killed her jumped from the 13th floor. We also have the clarity that this happened in Egypt. Welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. Again, I'm your host, Nelson Mike Murioki. My co-host today is my sister Jerry, an entrepreneur in Kenya. She has her own business, Ambaye, who are bake cakes for weddings, for events, and she also provides laundry services within Nakuru area. I'm waiting. If you want to come and join us in this conversation, if you want to contact Vote TV, the number is on the screen. +1 571 361 3104. That's the Vote TV WhatsApp number. Also, in Jerry, I'm also going to suggest if the family of Grace, they can also contact me through that Vote TV WhatsApp number, and then I can bring them here. Wakuje hapa tuongee, and then they can give us more information as we follow on this case. Something I want us to say today, and let me thank you. I call this the Vote TV family. Let me thank Vote TV family. You know why? Because all the major cases that I'm breaking here on Vote TV are finally being aired on all major TV networks in Kenya, which means this platform is making a difference. And this platform has an impact to the community. And I'm very happy to say today that Vote TV is reaching to 143 countries worldwide as I speak. I'm very happy today to see that the story of Vivian Achieng was aired on Citizen TV today. I'm very happy to see that the story of Hannah Njeri was aired on Citizen TV, Inoro TV, Kameme TV, K24 TV, Tuko News. All these people and all these networks are coming to the foundation where we are starting by breaking the story. Kwa hivyo asanteni sana Vote TV, and I've been saying Vote TV is a network. This is I don't take Vote TV as a regular YouTube channel. No, this is a network. I'm doing 245 broadcasts a week. Kwa hivyo, let's see that comment from Caroline Ambana Sema, watching from Egypt, but here I'm blaming the agent because she had a good time to rescue Grace. So the same thing you're saying, my sister Jerry, the time that was wasted. The time that was wasted. Mirimboro saying she was off for 2 days and she was complaining about the house. Let me see if I'm going to bring Mimi, who requested to be added to the show. Mimi, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show.
How are you? How are you?
Fine, thank you, Mimi. We cannot see you. I assume, I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether you have blackout or you've switched off the light intentionally.
Yes, no. I'm at work intentionally. Yes, I'm at work and I don't want to switch on the light.
Okay.
I'll alert the attention. Yeah.
Okay, Mimi.
So
now,
I'm currently in Cairo. I'm currently in Cairo.
Okay, perfect. Talk to us. The story of Grace. Talk to us.
I'm not going to talk about Grace.
Okay.
I want to caution something.
Okay. Caution.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure who is informing you all this.
Okay.
Because to be honest, Nelson, this is going to affect all of us. So many people who are in Egypt. This
so
is
go ahead and tell us exactly.
Us. Yes. Okay. I would prefer we stop lamenting, cursing, and throwing words, because this is a free country. They have allowed us to be here.
That actually has been confirmed. Yes. That actually has been confirmed. It has been confirmed that Egypt has very good working conditions. It has been confirmed that the country has fair conditions when it comes to working. I don't even have to go to the story of how much you guys are being paid or how much they pay you. I don't care about that as long as they respect humanity. Because Egypt is in Africa.
Yes. For now, I would like you to be our ambassador of peace. Don't.
Yes.
Let's not capitalize this on Saudi issue. Let's not.
No.
This is totally different.
Absolutely. That's actually very clear. Remember,
totally different because listen, just listen to me. I know you will talk. Everything is handled on the ground. Everything is handled on the ground. I myself was at the embassy reporting this issue, and our embassy is strict and very efficient. So please, whatever you talk here or whatever these people are talking here, it's going to mess us. This was just an accident that happened. So let's not categorize Egypt with Saudi or everything. All the incidents that have happened in Egypt, we've all had the alpha and the omega. We've all had the beginning and the end of the stories. There's nothing that has been missed here in Egypt. Nothing. I'm talking of 13 years experience in Egypt.
Oh, you've been working.
Hear me?
So you've been working in Egypt for 13 years.
I've been here for 13 years. Let's not ruin our good relationship with this topic. Please, I would ask
Actually,
you, listen, just listen. I would ask you
yeah, go
to, please, we cut short this and not blame or not like blame anyone, because we are working with the store people, the audio that you're having.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are helping us here on the ground. It is
That's
just
right.
an
Actually,
accident that
it's
happened.
4 people.
She has nothing to do with
It's
it.
4. It's 4 people who are actually communicating with me, and I got that information all the way from people who are in Egypt, by the way. And before we
These are just
even
people
continue,
who want to blog or who wants like to be famous or who just want to. They even forgot the status. They're not even
can I
here
correct
legal.
you?
All those people who are talking to you.
Can I correct you on one thing?
Yes.
The people who spoke to me, 2 of them are close friends of Grace, so no one is seeking fame. So I kindly request you to retract that statement. This is not about
I'll
fame.
drop that. I will drop that.
So 2 of those people, again, who have requested me, I know who they are, and they're actually watching this broadcast. They knew Grace personally. Okay, so
ask them. Ask them if they are here legally. Ask them if they are here legally themselves.
You can that's not part of my story.
So they should they should watch out what they're talking, because they're not here.
Is, Mimi.
Yes.
You cannot change the fact. We cannot change the fact that something happened and an accident happened, and this is what happened. She has been killed.
Exactly. That's you said it. An accident happened. You said it. An accident happened.
It's a fact. You cannot retract a fact of something that
he
has
was
happened.
Killed.
Now
he was killed. He was not with an Egyptian. Remember, not with an Egyptian.
Yeah. And then by the way, there's a comment from Evan. I have all the information. Remember what happens is everything. My platform reaches out to millions of people. Okay, so before I even, when I broadcast something, there's the vetting process of every information that comes in. This broadcast today was not supposed to be about Grace, and I was very crystal clear from the beginning. I had planned a complete different schedule, and then 2 minutes before the broadcast, this broke out. So what we are doing is this. Number one, I'm happy to hear that A, the embassy is doing a follow-up. B, there is an investigation into the case. And there's actually someone called Evelyn Kemunto who's saying, next, I will go to Egypt if it's a nice place to work than Saudi. Do you see what is coming out of this conversation? Because you never...
Egypt is the best.
Because then there was something else. You say, Nelson, I want you to be an ambassador of peace. I've always been an ambassador for humanity. That's what I stand for. For example, Mimi, if you would say today, my fellow Kenyans, Egypt is a nice place to work. You have your human rights are going to be respected. You can work peacefully. My sister, who will I be to say, don't go to Egypt? Who will stand up and say, don't go to Egypt if it's a good country? Now, unfortunately, we've been having every single day. I don't know how often you come on this platform, or how often you come here, or how often you see what I write. But it's been a day. Every single day, there's something happening. This person passing away. This person has been killed. This person. So when something like what happened to Grace is reported, you expect that kind of a reaction. At the end of the day, human life was taken. Do we agree? Do we all agree on that?
And
do we all
agree on that? And we agree on that. And this is the first incident like that has happened. That's very clear. It's the first incident. We're not going to judge them because of this incident that just happened, you know?
Yeah.
We're not going to judge them. We're not going to tarnish this land, you know?
No one, I don't think there's... I don't think there's anybody, like, if you look like, and that's what I like about Vote TV family here. I don't think there's anybody here who's out here throwing tantrums about tarnishing where you work. Like, that's not happening. Let me give an example. A few weeks ago, a young lady from Kenya drowned in a swimming pool in Canada. Right? Nope. Were we all over the place saying Canada is not a good place to go and started tarnishing the name? No. But the story was everywhere, because at the end of the day, we lost a Kenyan lost her life. That is the one thing I want you guys to understand. And even remember my sister Mimi, and I'm glad that, number one, you came here, and I'm glad we're having this conversation, because even just this 1 year alone, this year 2022, over 73 Kenyans have died in Saudi Arabia. Those that we know.
I've been following.
Okay, and guess what? There's still someone who's working in a nice house with a nice employer, and she is saying, "Sio Warabu wote wabaya." Do you hear that all the time?
Exactly, I've heard that, and I know some who are even with the kings and queens, and they're very happy.
Queens, yes. But at the end of the day, we cannot ignore the fact of what is happening in the land, and that's why we are saying we need.
Parting shot. Sorry, parting shot, because I have to go now. While you are there,
fine. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy that you actually came here.
Tell these girls that umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. In Egypt, we have groups, we have insurances, we have, like, as in we are one. And you find there's someone that mimi sitaki kukua na Wakenya, mimi napenda private life. And when something like this happens, you're giving your family back home stress to find out how they're going to ship your body back home.
How are Kenyans in Egypt? Are you united, or?
We are united. We are united. Good. Just a few people who are like, mimi sipendi mambo ya Wakenya, mimi napenda private life. And when something happens, we'll take it back to their people in Kenya. We won't help. That one we promise them. Because even the embassy has united us. I mean, and has told us to unite and be one. So in case you refuse to join us in something like this happens, your family in Kenya will take the burden. We are not going to suffer for that. So please tell these girls that to join groups, to join the welfare. We have welfare. I am among the leader of those welfares.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. There's a very legitimate question that is being asked when it comes to the issue of grace. People are questioning the delay. When the moment she mentioned that there was some issues in the house, do you think that should have been fixed faster?
She had a right. She had a right to get out of that house. She was not on contract.
Which did not happen.
So the first day or the first week, she complained. I think the first or second, the fourth day she went in that house, she complained. She had a right to get out of that house immediately. But as we say, kifo kilimuita na kikamfunga macho.
I don't want to listen. I will not use that statement. That's your opinion, and I think that's definitely not going to rest very well with people. You cannot say kifo kilimwita. Let's not use that phrase.
Pardon me, but she could have left. Unfortunately, that's why I say death is inevitable. That's why I say death is inevitable. Like, as in, if she could have left. She was not on contract. Hakukuwa amefungiwa kwa nyumba, but kwa mipango ya Mwenyezi Mungu giza ikaingia, haikumfungua macho ya kumtoa pale, unaelewa, mpaka kifo kikampata. That's what I mean, and that's what I mean.
Yeah, I was just saying. Okay. Anyway, again, because you are saying you're about to clock out.
Yes.
Have a nice one. Let's see how this story is gonna go. One thing I can tell you, once I address something on Vote TV, and once I put anything on my platform, it spreads like wildfire. I just started talking about this issue 45, maybe 20 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. This story is all over the place. And actually, again, for those who are tuning in and those who are watching, if I'll be very happy to host the family of Grace. Everything that I do at Vote TV, we always open this platform for family members,
Inshallah.
victims who have been affected directly, and then we can take it from there, because again, umoja ni nguvu. Mimi, have a good night.
Thank you.
And all the best in Egypt. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Let me now come back to my sister Njeri again. Yeah, I think your statement about amesema kifo kilimuita, that's not the right way to put it. And I can see the comments. I knew that's not going to rest well with people. Let's see. Susan Karaoke saying, don't say kifo. Maybe she was hoping for a change. Aki ile we say kuvumilia. I agree. Esther Mwangi also talking about Egypt being the best country ever. I think one thing we've learned today, Njeri, is that Egypt is a place that people can work in a conducive environment. Who else? Purity Mwangi saying, may she rest in peace. I think I've also received a private chat here. Yes, I've seen it, my sister. Sheri, I was talking about what I've seen, what you have sent. And then we also have Mirimboro. I think Mirimboro has said, Mirimboro, you're in Cairo, saying, don't forget to tell them we have the group for well wishes. Aziz, my sister. Again, let's give them time to read. Let's look at all at these comments coming in, flooding in dozens. Mbona kuna machungu hivyo? That's a question that I cannot answer on her behalf. Susan Karaoke, na by the way, watu wa Egypt wamejaa huku leo Kasheri.
Yes,
Susan is also saying,
Egypt
is a nice place. I thank God I'm here. By the way, can they let me just ask a random question, those who are tuning in and those who are in Egypt. How much are you paid in Egypt as a domestic worker? That's something I would like to know. Susan, Mirimboro, those who are here, Walamba wanafanya kazi Egypt, how much do you earn as a domestic worker in Egypt? And can you briefly explain to us the working conditions? Purity Mwangi saying Egypt is a nice place. I thank God. Have you seen that statement right there, my sister Njeri?
Yes.
They're saying, do you see how much they're saying they get as a domestic worker?
Yes, 70,000.
They're saying 70,000.
70K, yes.
70,000 as a domestic worker in Egypt. That's how much you make. Let me see the reaction of people in the comments. Mimi is saying what to join chama. I think they also have some local chamas.
Yes.
So can you do the? I don't know what the exchange rate is. 7,500. So it's 70,000. So Purity Mwangi, that means 70,000 bila mateso. So 70,000 shillings. So this is actually breaking news here for me. I've never paid attention to what's going on in Egypt. I've never paid any attention here. Mirimboro anasema na hakuna contract. Let's look at this. Christine, thank you. Keep on giving us more information about Egypt. Christine Modoka saying, me, I get 100,000 working with the Embassy of France. Christine Modoka, let's not talk. If we talk about how much we earn, like now I'm in America, if we talk about how much we make here, please. Tutaanza kuambia tuko na maringo. Kwa hivyo let's not talk about that first. Let's focus on Egypt. That was a question. But 70,000, Jerry, comments.
Yes.
Working as a domestic worker, 70,000 shillings in Egypt. Comments. What do you think about it?
Hey, that's a good money, and above all, you have peace of mind. Peace of mind is very paramount. So,
okay, now
naona kwa comment, Egypt is a nice place. That's something, that's a point I'm taking home. Egypt is a nice country. From the comments from the people who are there, I see there is a good working condition. So I have no problem with that. The problem is arising that there's life which has been lost, which we don't take for granted. As far as I've been in TV family, we don't take humanity for granted. That's the whole point. Yes, yes. So Egypt, I concur with everyone that Egypt is a nice country, because saindo nimejua Egypt is a nice country, but when a life has been lost, you don't take things lightly. You get to the core of everything and handle it.
Now, there's a question also here from Evelyn Kemunto saying, Mirimboro ikiwa hakuna contract munaendaje? So that's another question that also it's being asked. So can the people who are the Kenyans in Egypt, can you help the viewers understand how do you go to Egypt? What is the process, and which are the agencies that you use to travel to Egypt? This is Vote TV Primetime Show. I'm your host, Nelson Mike Madam Morioki, again today with a breaking story of our sister Grace, who has been killed in Egypt. Yes, go ahead.
I think we should translate this. Susan Karaoke says that 7,500 Egyptian pounds. So I don't know what's the current exchange rates. I don't know. And then akakuja akasema at 70k. So meaning it's questionable. So I don't know if we do our own conversion, we see how much is 7,500 Egyptian
I'll do that right
pounds. They would do like
I'll do that.
we see the difference, because there's some contradicting.
Actually, that's a good thing here. Before
Yes.
Give me a second. Yes. Let's do a live calculation. That's a good thing, because this is Vote TV Primetime Show. Okay.
Yes, sure.
It's not scripted. It's very original. But let's go back here. Let me check. So Mirimboro is saying we are our own sponsors. Is it making any sense to you?
Pardon?
Mirimboro, read that comment from Mirimboro is saying we are our own sponsors. Can you get this?
Sponsors, so they don't I don't know what it means. Oh, they don't have agents, it seems so. Or rather, because I've seen there's no contract, so they should expound on that for us to know. Do they have agents?
Yes.
Do they have contracts? How long does the contract last? For Yani, they should expound on that, because this is a new information you are getting from Egypt. And as much as what you've said previously, that you've not paid attention to Egypt, same with me here. I know nothing about Egypt. So they can give us just let me say a synopsis, or rather a summary of how it works, how the agents, how they get there.
Gasheri, just as we proceed, let me make this clear. That's a good thing, because this is Vote TV. Let's see how much. I've done the calculation of how much 7,500. Let me show you right here.
Yes, I see.
See the calculation.
Yes.
So to those who are watching,
you see,
okay,
it's 46.
It's not 70,000. So look at the screen. That's the exchange rate today.
Yes, the current one updated.
Yes.
It's 46. Yes.
46,000. So actually, just say 47,000.
That's for domestic worker, or rather, I don't know. Is it for domestic or worker, or it ranges from one job to another? That's something we'd like to know. Does this 7,500 apply to domestic workers or anyone who goes to Egypt?
Now, the one thing that has to be clear, wanasema wao ndio wanajisponsor. So how does that work? I don't hear any mention of any agencies being used.
Yes.
And that needs to be clear, especially to me here, because I have this. Look, this is Vote TV. This is Vote TV, and we need clarity about the process. So actually, kama kuna mtu ambaye anaweza kuja, those, because there are so many people who are here. There are so many people who are watching here who are in Egypt, who are in Cairo. So Susan Karaoke, Mirimboro. Actually, I saw a comment from Mirimboro saying Samido is coming to Egypt or something, right? Did you see that?
Yes,
then we have Emma Shiko saying it's a nice place. Now, this is what I want you to do. If there's anyone who is in Egypt who can come, if there's someone, and I'm actually going to give you the opportunity here at Vote TV, if there's someone who can tell us the process of going to Egypt from A to Z, kuna watu wako hapa ambao wanauliza hizo maswali.
Yes.
Okay. So let me read this comment. By the way, this comment Rina Wakea is asking the question, mulikuja kusaidia Grace ama mkujua vile hatu kuja Egypt? Rina, that's a problem of, I think we have been here for 1 hour and 20 minutes. You just walked in here like 3 seconds ago, and now you're asking us you've missed 1 hour and 20 minutes of this broadcast. And then you're asking that question. Let me just spare my comments about that.
I see certainly Butali says that the salary can't be the same. It depends with your experience and agreement with your boss. At least we know that.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, actually, you know what? Susan Onduso is here. And by the way, thank you very much. I see today we have a lot of people Kenyans who are in Egypt. I've never paid my mind to Egypt, by the way. Susan saying, did you see that comment? Egypt is the best Arabic country to be. So I think what we should do, to those who are watching, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. Again, I'm your host, Nelson Marioki. My co-host, Jerry, watching, all the way in Nakuru, an entrepreneur who owns her own business in Kenya. Now, I'm going
we have
to
Susan Karaoke. I've seen Susan Karaoke has answered the question that salary imekuwa poa, dollars tu ndo inatusumbua.
Can we also look at that comment ya Christine Mudoka saying siku hizi kupata visa ya Egypt ni kama kupata ya Canada. It's not easy at all. We are trying to understand the process of things in Egypt. The salary can't be the same. It depends with experience and agreement with your boss. Okay, so one thing I would also suggest is I would love us to have a segment talking about Egypt, discussing Egypt. To those who are in Egypt, we can come here. Just come here with your lights on. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. If again, I repeat, this platform reaches out to millions of people, and there's someone who's right now watching what we are discussing here at the same time, and is like, hey, nilikuwa nafikiria maybe kwenda Saudia. Egypt could be an option for me, but we need to get the facts. Maureen Bella saying Egypt 12 years here in Cairo. That's my home. Mary James is saying sasa sahi hakuna kazi Egypt, kaeni Kenya kidogo. So we are hearing all these kind of different opinions. Let me see. Look what she actually wrote. Tumejaa huku, hatutaki wageni tena, juu hii dola imepanda sana. Gojeni kidogo wageni. So this is pretty interesting. But again, keep on sharing these comments as we proceed. I want to go back to the story. top of the hour, what we're discussing about today. This was a breaking story right here on Vote TV. 2 minutes before starting my show, I got the information about a lady by the name Grace, who has been killed in Egypt. Let me bring that back. There you go. Let me ask a question because hapo tuko na naona there are so many Kenyans from Egypt who are watching today's broadcast. How many people knew Grace directly? How many had a close relationship with Grace? Kuna comment ya Rina wa Kenya saying watu wa Saudi, let me actually put that up there. Watu wa Saudi hawaizani na commission ya Egypt. Ukiwaambia wanaruka futi 10. This has turned out to be a very interesting conversation. Okay, Maureen Bella saying tunamjua. Susan Kadoki saying tuneni udako zone kidogo. Thank you. I mean, this is Vote TV. I think that kind of a conversation, you can take it to a different platform. Here, I stick to facts and facts only. We're here to chase purpose, not nonsense. Certainly Batula saying what? My friend, to come to Egypt, it's not easy. Unaweza fika airport, wakurudishe, you'll cry. Stay in Kenya, don't waste your money. Ticket and visa is too much. So when you say it's too much, so how much is it? Hii commission ambayo tunaambia mtu mkiwaambia commission watu wa Saudia wataruka futi 10, Rina. So how much is the commission?
Yes.
Let's bring the screen back. baby all the way, karibu baby. Yeah, leo niko na again, leo tuna host watu wa Egypt. But it's very, very interesting. And by the way, those who are new here, don't forget, if you're new here, join Vote TV network, join this channel, subscribe to the channel, and we will continue with this conversation. Maureen Bella saying Saudia wamezoea kulipwa na wadosi. So Jerry, can I ask a legitimate question? Can they tell us how much commission do you pay for Egypt?
Yes, they should tell us. Because
commission about. Yeah, go ahead.
It's something I've noticed, so much difference in terms of Egypt and Saudi. I've seen there's Egypt watu wanajisponsor, Saudi unalipiwa for you to go there. So they should tell us how much, because I'm trying to analyze, I'm thinking out loud that is it that you see Egypt kuna nice working condition and uko unajipeleka unajisponsor unajipeleka. It's in Africa.
It's in Africa.
Unajisponsor unajipeleka. Is it that Saudi watu wanateswa kwa sababu wanalipiwa pesa? I'm thinking out loud that Egypt kuko safe because you are using your own money to go. Saudi people are being taken advantage of or for granted simply because wanalipiwa. I'm thinking out loud. I don't know. That's what I'm just gathering from the comments. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we are doing again. Let's read some comments from Pilau Masala. That's a freaking awesome name. Pilau Masala saying you must have 300,000 in your bank account before applying for a visa. Someone is saying commission is something private with your girl. It's not something public. Again, contradicting information. this one person is saying it's 300,000 for the commission, and this other person is saying this is something private. Guys, you better be careful that not that you're pissing in our legs and telling us it's raining. I don't know whether you've ever heard of that proverb. Unatuambia kunanyesha lakini mtukojolea mguu. You might translate that. That's a German proverb. Agnes Odoli saying visa goes for as much as 60,000. Okay. Then Christine Mudoka saying sahi commissioner kuja Egypt ni 250 to 300,000 shillings. Let's continue. Jerry, we are here today we are here to learn.
Sure. Today is a learning platform.
Pet ameuliza ati what? 300,000 in my bank account. Pet baadaye ebu ambia tuko wapi as we proceed. Susan Onduso saying Saudi wananunuliwa, that's why wanateswa. You know that was the analogy that you were using, Jerry?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, sure. That's something I've noted.
And Mary James is saying before you think of coming to Egypt, Oweka 300,000 shillings Kenya money. So now if I do the calculations again, based on what we've done our own calculations here of how much money they make. So if you say 300,000 Kenya shillings is the commission rate, and you're earning 46,000 shillings a month. So for the sake of calculations, do by 46,000. So it will take you at least half a year to recoup your commission. So let's just start from there. And that's net. We're just trying to understand. Najua kuna pia also those people who are watching this broadcast who are in Gulf, who are in Saudi Arabia, who are in Gulf countries, they are watching this. Let's continue. Susan anasema, and if you have your own, ndio ujilipia ukuje bus. Jerry, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give these folks who are in Egypt, I'm going to give you a challenge. Come here. Let's continue with this conversation. What do you think?
I'm reading. Kuna mtu anaitwa Slaking anasema, yes, now you are getting the point here. Yes, hatuyuko kwa contract. So once umeenda job, boss akuletee kichwa, unakanyaga kubwa kubwa. We don't tolerate mateso. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm getting the point. So in this case of Grace, let me ask to those people who are in Egypt, those who knew Grace.
Yeah. That's right. Let's bring that story back. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yes, because I've seen people are insisting like Mimi Mo, Susan Karaoke, nimeona anasema that watu wa join group. Was Grace in any group? I'm tending to get that kuna hizo groups that wanaingia according to mahali. I think sijui it's tribe, that's something. Kuna kitu nimeona something to do with tribe, kuna hizo groups. Nitauliza tu, was Grace in any of those groups? Because I've seen how these people are so much united that mwenzao akikuwa na shida they act upon it. Then kuna Slaking amesema mdosi akikuletea kichwa unakanyaga kubwa kubwa. So I'm here thinking because tuko kwa kesi ya Grace, alikuwa kwa group yoyote? Did she reach out to anyone or watry tu wale wanajua Grace watajaribu kutuelezea, yes, tuweze kuanalyze hii situation pamoja, because wamesema it's an accident. I'm taking it's an accident that has happened, but we need to get more information for us to analyze and know, because as far as you've talked about Grace, I've learned a lot from the comments about Egypt, which I didn't know. At least I have a background knowledge how Egypt is. Yes.
Okay, I think that question has been answered, my sister Jerry, and those who are watching. Again, welcome to VOTV Primetime Show. I'm your host, Nelson Murioki. My co-host, Jerry in Nakuru. Pascalina Kaburu saying, Grace hakuwa kwa any group.
Okay.
Okay, so that's exactly where we are. So hakuwa kwa any group. And for those nyamba mko Egypt, Grace ameuliwa, yule ambaye alimuua aliruka from the 13th floor, pia amekufa. There's the embassy over there in Cairo. Can they give us a quick summary of how far the case is? Are we looking at any compensation, for example, because of what happened? Has the family taken liability? Yes, go ahead.
There's a point of correction here from certainly Batula. Anasema you are very wrong to convert Kenyan money to Egyptian. So you change into dollars then into shillings.
Okay, so give me the dollars. I love the dollar. If you talk about dollars, I'm in the US. So how much in dollars? Because they were giving us 7,500 Egyptian pounds.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like now, Susan is saying hakuwa na group. If alikuwa hangekuwa na trend, chama yake ingekuwa imeanza mipango apelekwe home. I think there's one thing these people are kind of underestimating, the fact that this is not about trending or whatever. The fact is the story is out. Someone's life has been lost and the story is out. Okay? So, lakini again, tumeambiwa kwamba she was not in any group.
Yes.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And by the way, thank you very much. Thank you very much for all these for today's conversation, for today's discussion. Na pia again ningetaka let me bring that's Grace on the screen. Bring it back. Another question that has been answered, and she has been here for 8 years. So you see, those who knew Grace, keep on posting comments. Tell us more about Grace so that we can know who she is and we can have a lot of questions, open questions being answered. So, Rina, I've seen that. So she was there for 8 years, but she was not in any Kenyan group in the country. Aziz saying, leo watu wa Egypt tumewaona, of which is also good. The other day, it's interesting, and that's a good thing, Njeri, about Vote TV. I always keep on telling people, this platform reaches out to over 130 countries worldwide. The other day, I had a story of Pauline Morugi, and it ended up that her story was picked in the Philippines, and I had people from Philippines who are coming here to watch and join us for this conversation. So today is the day for Kenyans in Egypt. Let's some of your comment here, Slay King Jerry. It's on the screen.
Anasema the issue with Grace hakuwa in any group, so when alipata shida hakupata mtu wa kumsaidia on time. An agent who took her to the job delayed to help her or pass the message to us, to Kenyans. That's what we said earlier. That's what we said
exactly
earlier.
Yes, that's exactly what we said at the beginning of this broadcast. And just, do you know what I'm going to do, Jerry? Let's go back. I will go back here. Give me 1 second. Let me minimize this. People are taking notes about Egypt, but let's come here. And let's listen to the message from the agent, from that lady again.
Good evening, ladies. Good afternoon. I know everyone is wondering if they've heard about Grace's story. I'm going to tell you the story that I know. I received a job. The job was to take care of an old man who is healthy, nothing's wrong with the old man, and to cook for him. And I received it from someone who's a friend of someone I know. I posted the job, and Grace came and she was interested in the job and she was perfect for the work. I sent Grace to the job and things were okay. She went to that job on the 14th of September, like 10 days ago. Grace complained once to me that there is a son of that old man who's staying in that house too, and that he's bothering her with his talks. He talks a lot, he's complaining a lot, things like that kind. And I can even send you the voice. It's like, who put insecticides in the bathroom, or you didn't, you did, if it wasn't you, who did, things like that. She didn't complain about anything bigger than that, and that was on Sunday, last Sunday, not today, 1 week ago. On that day, I sent the family of that old man a message about that guy. And who's that guy? You told me there is one old man in that house, and suddenly there is a son, and he's bothering Grace, and Grace is very good. Can you explain to me what's going on and why there is another guy in that house? The family replied that that guy is his son. He's living in Canada. He's leaving within 1 week. And there's nothing to be done except that for Grace to be patient 2 days again, and the son is going to leave, or 3 days, and the son is going to leave. And we're going to, hopefully, he's going to take it easy on Grace and things are going to be okay. But Grace did not complain again. I didn't hear from Grace at all during that week, nothing, until Thursday evening. Thursday evening, I slept at 11. I woke up in the morning to see that Grace have sent me several voice messages, and she tried to call me at midnight. I was asleep. I didn't hear those messages until the morning, to be honest, ladies. Yes, I didn't hear them. And afterwards, when I woke up, I saw those messages. And 1 or 2 hours later, even before I even could call Grace, because I received also a message from her husband asking about that Grace's phone is not going through, what's going on. My driver called me and he told me that there is a guy from that family calling him and telling him to send Grace's passport to them. And I was like, Grace's passport, why? And he told me, well, they are saying that the girl might have died. And I was like, died what? If those messages I received were true, then the girl have been killed, because there's no way she had all those messages telling me about weird stuff going on that night, and suddenly she died and she was okay until like 1 in the morning. She was okay. And even Grace was telling me they are asking me to leave, and she was supposed to leave that house even at night, but she was gonna leave. I didn't know she stayed. I didn't know anything. And then I don't know. I was contacted later a little bit by the police. The police were saying that that night that guy hit. I don't know what was the problem between him and Grace. How did that problem escalate at midnight to that? I don't know. All I know that that night Grace was killed. The guy hit Grace with something on the head, and he threw himself from the 13th floor. So both are dead. This is all I know. Yes, I couldn't have helped because I didn't know anything was wrong before that. Many ladies who have been at work with me know that if there is something wrong and you inform me, I'll take you out from the house. But if you didn't inform me, I would never know what's going on with you. And if you inform me and the same minute the crime is going to happen, even if I ran that night to Grace in midnight, I wouldn't have reached her. She would have died. I'm sorry to tell you that, ladies. Yes, it's very ugly. The truth that happened to Grace is very ugly. I don't know what could have been done. I'm so sorry for her death. I'm very feeling very bad that I sent her to work, even though I meant to help her, not to hurt her. I don't know what could have been done. I feel so bad. I don't know how can I do anything anymore. I cannot even explain to you how hard those 2 days have been for me. If any of you ladies know me well, if any of you know anything about me, or if anyone got to know me, they met me even, they stayed in my house under any circumstance, they would know what kind of person I am. For me, I cannot even kill an animal. I cannot kill a cat. I cannot even be involved in a cat dying. Even if I can't find food for myself, I'll feed the cats even around my house. So I would definitely have nothing to do with killing a human being. I feel for her family. I'm willing to help her family. It means a lot to me that we help each other. I'm on your side, ladies. Yes, what happened to Grace is very sad. I hope you understand that I had nothing to do with it. If I had even one doubt that a lady would be harmed in a house, I will never leave her there. Never. I've picked ladies even in midnight from areas because they were at risk. I've paid transportations for ladies, God knows how many of them. I've made operations for ladies on my account. I'd never harm a soul. I'd never want any soul to be harmed. God knows. God forgive me if even if I had anything to do with it, but I had nothing to do with it. God knows my heart, God knows my soul, and anything God wants to do to me, if I had anything to do with it, I'm willing. I'm open to judgment, that judgment day. And I'm so sad about Grace. The lady was amazing. The lady was nice. I'm so sorry for her family. It's very sad news. And if anyone has any question related to that, please ask me directly. Thank you.
Okay. So again, to conclude today's broadcast, that's the story of what happened to Grace. That's the report as received. And Jerry, let me take some time first of all to say thank you very much. There's so many comments coming in here. People like Sandra Gedenji saying, "Hi Mike, good evening. This lady sounds very genuine." There are hundreds of comments that have come in on today's broadcast. Asante, thank you very much. I also want to say thank you very much to those who joined in. Kenyans from Egypt who have been here. Again, people like Mary Mboro, Susan Karaoke, Christina Moshoka. There's so many people that I've seen here, Sats Batula. There was the Pilau lady. All these people, regardless of which way we take the conversation at the end of the day, Grace Auliwa, that's a fact. Her life has been taken away. That's a fact. Here at Vote TV, we care about humanity. That's the only thing that I talk about, and that's the only thing that I stand for. What I'm going to do is this, because today in Jerry, the show has really stretched 1 hour, 15 minutes. Tomorrow, we'll be back here, same time, at 9:30 p.m. Kenyan time. Kujeni hapa. If there's anyone in Egypt who would like to come and join the broadcast and talk and speak and tell other Kenyans the process of going to Egypt, what they need, what they can do, be my guest. The number, the Vote TV WhatsApp number is on the screen. +1 571 361 3104. Send me a message and I will host you on the show. Again, thank you very much, folks. Njeri, have a good evening in Kenya.
Thank you.
Other folks, those who are in Egypt, those who are in Gulf, those who are watching from the US, those who are watching from Europe, those who are watching from all over the world, this is Vote TV Primetime Show. If you're new here, be my guest. Subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Have a good night, and God bless you.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.